So here's the buy side liquidity getting ready to be engaged. I will close out here once we pierce through that. So, boom, beautiful, I'm out. I am out. It's a full terminus trade, and this is a 100 handle trade live right in front of you. Okay? That's it, enough said. Okay, we have the rejection block delivered. The next level, in terms of targeting, and having our bullish bias, is going to be right up here above all-time high. So let's go. So NASDAQ hourly chart, trade down to a discount relative to the low that we made in the New York session. Okay, tapped right into 62% retracement level, beautifully. Now, what am I targeting intraday instead of not, taking all-time high out of the picture? What am I looking for? Well, I'm looking for 8:30 opening to be traded to right here, midpoint of the wick, and the high. And more specifically, the more prominent wick is obviously the hourly time frame. So we're looking at that. Okay, so dollar index still a little bit tricky here, not the easiest read in the world. Honestly, dollar's just kind of not been great, but definitely was of help yesterday. So we ran up, have a failure to get to this high here, touching midpoint of the order block once more. Okay, moved away from this intermittent term high formed. We cleared all the bodies in here, but we failed to get up above this wick, which is clearly fine for now. We're consolidating within this 50-minute imbalance. I'd like to see us lead this consolidation and trade lower in previous day's low right here. Alright, so we're now open to this 15-minute imbalance here on ES. Let's go ahead and map that out. So you're going to be watching the low, midpoint, and the high of this. So we're not looking at this as something to sell short on. We're looking at it to trade through it to the 8:30 opening, midpoint of wick, and the high. Okay, we're touching the high of this 5-minute bullish order block right here. See that? Okay, so NASDAQ just delivered this 1-minute fair value gap here. We're going to see if ES can't do that as well. So we're tapping into this hourly high here, the hourly imbalance, and this breaker right here. This right here is a breaker. Alright, so I'll go ahead and long this. I'm going to long NQ micros. Okay, I'm going to do 3 there. So stop goes below. And I'm going to go ahead and add 2 more micros here. If it drops down to the wick. Yeah, I'll go ahead and add 2 more micros there. Boom. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put our 8:30 opening. This here is going to be our magnet. Alright, so we're about 23 handles in profit here. You can do what you want with that. Extend this over here. There we go. Perfect. So let's check on ES. Okay, ES hasn't left the range much, but remember, we're working off this breaker here. Okay, this should hold. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and map out this 15-minute imbalance. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move my sell limit down just a little bit, and I'm going to have my target for midpoint of this small fair value gap here, and I'm going to hold the 2 micros as runners. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. There we go. So first take profiting level is going to be these 3 micros up here in midpoint of this 1-minute sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. Okay, I'm going to take my profits there, and then we're going to hold a runner on the 2 other positions. We're going to hold a runner for this high right here. Okay. And come on, a little bit more. A little bit more. Oh, can it not give us a little bit more? Come on. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wow. Would you look at that, guys? Look at that. Look at that small little fluctuate, or that small little difference in price there. Alright, well apparently 20,122.50 has bad luck, so I mean, like, not that I don't have the patience, but I mean, what are the odds? What are the odds of it running this close to my take profit and just like slamming down like that? I'll tell you what, it's happened before, and it never came back to it. Okay, that's the reality of being a trader. Sometimes crazy stuff happens. All right, so we're tapping the low end of this inversion gap here. See if that can't press us higher. Doing work with the micros. There we go. Okay, so we're out right there. Perfect. Okay, and apparently the broker did not want to allow me to place a sell stop or take profit for the 2 micros here. I promise you, I'm not a guy that trades with a stop loss. That's stupid. Anytime I hear someone say something like that, I just cringe. Okay. But anyway, these 2 runners. Okay, mentally, my stop loss is at break even. Okay. And mentally, my take profit runner is right up here. Okay, so as soon as we run above this high here, I'm going to close these 2 micro contracts. Now, before I'll go into the chat real quick. Someone let me know if they took that. All right, Quintamilius, plus 300 for the day is great for me on micros. Perfect. Thank you for sharing that. Beautiful. Did anyone else take that? I really hope you did, because that was just a textbook trade and, delivered to us very quickly. Was in before and you gave confidence. All right, well, that's even better. Perfect. Good work, Cutter. Good work. Which, I mean, you showed me them in the past week. You literally put them in the chat. So just think about those. Oh, that you hesitate. I mean, everyone does that, right? Like, you've seen me hesitate on my streams, take trades, and it ran by me. It happens. So yeah, the fact that we traded this high, I mean, I definitely do not see this as some type of reversal point. Okay, I'd like to see it rush through this right here, this 8:30 opening, midpoint of the wick, buy side liquidity. Okay, very simple. Yes. All right. Nasdaq. Okay, beautiful. Nice, nice. Okay, dollar index supporting my idea nicely. Notice how we touch the break. Look, this is what we look for. Not the other stuff that we were doing this week. This is what we look for. This right here. This is textbook. Why? Here's the breaker. How many times did we tap into it? All right, right here we open, trade down into it. Boom. That's accumulation of longs. Open one more time. What do? Slam down into the breaker again. That's a reaccumulation of longs. That's a reclaimed breaker. Okay? The fact that it traded into it twice and moved away quickly, that's exactly what we want to see. Not, trade into it the second time and then consolidate, trade higher, and then come back down into it. No. No, sir. So, I mean, we're already paid here very nicely for it being the micros, honestly, but we're already paid here. There's zero risk in the marketplace for me right now, and we're just holding on for this magnet, and we have buy side liquidity resting up here, and I'm actually going to go ahead and map that out. And if you did your homework and you actually pay attention to the streams here, I really hope you do, you guys already know what this is. I don't even have to say it, but this here is our time-based liquidity pool. So I'm just going to write buy side liquidity. Okay, so right now we're working off this, well, not only are we working off of this opposing 15-minute gap that I mapped out, but we're also in this small 1-minute gap here. Okay. Now I'm definitely not going to add any more contracts here because number one, I'm already paid enough. Okay, we're already partialed out, and we have 2 runners on here, and we already reached a premium. Okay, so if I were to look into pyramid, I'm going to take our range here, Okay, anything in terms of a re-entry, as in pyramid, adding more contracts on a short-term retracement, that has to be within this blue shaded area. So I longed it here, okay, and this right here would be valid for a pyramid entry, okay. But anything in this red area, you do not want a pyramid. You're never pyramiding in the premium. Those are profit-taking levels, not adding more, okay. So we'll see if it can't run up to the magnet here, which I mean it will, but we just have to wait. So there's three things we're working above of. It's kind of hard to see this blue shaded area, but remember, this is our daily fair value gap stretched out to the right of our chart here. So we're not only are we tapping into the low end of the daily fair value gap, we're also tapping into the high end of this 15-minute imbalance and this inversion gap and this 1-minute fair value gap. So there's, it's not going to be a surprise if we see a large expansion above these price points here, okay? There's no need for it to retrace deeper because this is a balanced price range, okay? So all we need to see is this magnet delivered now. So we have 8:30 opening. This here yields fair value for larger funds intraday, and we'd like to see it run up into there. Come on. You can do it, algorithm. You can absolutely do it. So anyone saying you can't make good money with micros, they're probably just too new and myopic to understand use micros, which is just to have wider stop losses. Um, it's just it's the things I hear day by day. Um, Number one, since I've been here in 2018, um, the community was miles different than it is today. It's so much quieter, peaceful, and it wasn't just a bunch of clickbaity shit. It was just a humble group of guys trying to learn the skill set. But now it's all just about who has the fanciest YouTube thumbnail, who's using buzzwords, and just it's all on a basis of clout basically. And it really wasn't like that back in 2018, 2019, to be honest. But anyway, just as they would have it. So here's the buy side liquidity getting ready to be engaged. I will close out here once we pierce through that. So I'm going to wait for that. There we go. Boom. Beautiful. I'm out. I am out. This here was, let's check here, 79. So yeah, that's a 100 handle trade right there, guys. Beautiful. So partial out here, full take profit above the buy side liquidity. That's our full terminus trade, and this is a 100 handle trade live right in front of you. Okay, that's it. Enough said.